Hey there! Ever feel kind of stuck when you try to talk about your future plans in English? Well, there's one simple phrase that basically unlocks everything, and today, we're gonna master it. Let's dive in.
So, let me start by asking you a question. What are you gonna do tomorrow? No, seriously, think about it for a sec. Maybe you're gonna meet a friend or study for a test, whatever that plan is. Just hold on to that thought. It's the key to everything we're talking about.
You see, to talk about those exact plans, English has this perfect, super simple tool, the phrase, be going to. You can think of it as your secret weapon to sounding more natural, and we're about to break down exactly how and when to use it.
So the big question is, when do you actually use it? Well, it turns out it's absolutely perfect for two main situations. First, talking about a plan you've already made. And second, making a prediction when you can see something is about to happen.
Okay, let's put these side by side so it's crystal clear. On one hand, you've got use number one, future plans. These are things you've already decided to do. And on the other hand, you have use number two, clear evidence. This is for when you look at a situation and you just know what's coming next.
All right, let's look at plans first. This is probably the number one way you're going to use this phrase. If you made a decision yesterday, or an hour ago, or even just 5 minutes ago, this is your go-to. I'm going to study English tonight. Why? Because the decision, the plan, is already locked in your head.
And the other big use is for predictions. But, and this is important, we're not talking about some wild guess. This is for when the evidence is staring you right in the face. You know, you look outside, you see those huge, dark, angry clouds. You can say with confidence, it's going to rain. You can see it coming.
So if you remember just one thing today, let it be this simple little formula. If you're talking about a plan, or you have clear evidence, you use be going to. That's it. That's the core rule that's going to help you get it right almost every single time.
Okay, so we've got the when down. Now for the how. How do we actually build a perfect sentence? Well, the good news is it's kind of like building with Lego blocks. There's a really simple, logical blueprint you just have to follow.
It breaks down into 4 super easy steps. First, you start with your subject, like I, you, or she. Then you add the right form of the verb to be, so am, are, or is. After that comes our star phrase, going to, and you finish it all off with the main verb in its simplest form. No weird endings, just the basic verb.
Let's see what that looks like in a real sentence. They're going to travel next month. See how it follows the blueprint perfectly? We have the subject, they, the be verb, are, then going to, and our simple verb, travel. Easy, right? And what if you want to make it negative? It's just as simple. You just slide the word not right in after the be verb. So, he is not going to play, which, we almost always shorten to, he isn't going to play soccer tomorrow. And questions, you guessed it, also really simple. All you do is you flip the first two parts. So, you are going to visit becomes, are you going to visit? The rest of the sentence just stays exactly the same.
All right, it's time for the main event. This is the big one, the question that trips up so many learners. When do I use going to, and when do I use will? Let's settle this debate once and for all. Okay, here is the absolute key difference, and it all comes down to timing. You use be going to for a plan you made before the moment of speaking, but you use will for a spontaneous decision you're making right now, on the spot. It's all about a pre-made plan versus an in-the-moment choice. So, for example, if I say, I'm going to watch a movie tonight, what does that tell you? It tells you this is an existing plan. I've already thought about it. Maybe I bought the tickets earlier or I arranged it with a friend yesterday. The plan was already in place.
Now let's flip it. Imagine your phone suddenly starts ringing. You'd say, oh, the phone's ringing. I'll answer it. See? You didn't have a plan to answer the phone. You just decided in that split second. That spontaneous decision is the perfect job for will.
All right, you ready for a little secret? This is the one that's going to make you sound so much more natural when you're speaking, and it all comes down to one little word you've definitely heard before. And that word is gonna. I bet you hear this all the time, right? In everyday, casual conversations, we almost never say the full going to. Instead, I'm going to eat pizza just becomes I'm going to eat pizza. It's quicker, it's more relaxed, and it's how people actually talk.
But, and this is a really important but, there's a time and a place for it. Gonna is fantastic for speaking, for chatting with your friends. But for formal writing, like a school essay or a business email, nope, stay away from it. Stick with the full going to be professional and clear.
Okay, so we've gone over the rules, we've even learned the secret word. Now it's time for the most important part of all, actually putting this into practice so you can start using it today.
So to get the ball rolling, check out these classic examples. Notice the pattern here? They're all about clear, definite plans for the future. This is exactly the kind of sentence you want to start making.
And that brings us right back to the beginning. Using the structure we just learned, what are you going to do tonight? Go on, try saying it out loud right now. Tonight, I'm going to, or even better, tonight I'm gonna. You've got this.
And just like that, you now have the key to talking about the future much more naturally in English. So now that you've got this skill unlocked, the only question left is, what are you going to learn next?